Welcome back to my channel. So I actually partnered up with Nadula Hair to create this unit. If you guys have missed the previous video for this, definitely want to check that out. I'll make sure to leave that either at the end of this video or in the description. I can't talk, in the description. What was that? Alright, I'll leave that in the description box below. But anywho, I pretty much showed you how I created this entire closure wig. I also have a video up for how I ombre the bundles, which as you can see, it's just a nice kind of like light honey brown type of color. Nothing too crazy, but definitely nice and pretty and light for spring. So hope you guys enjoyed that, because I definitely am. Alright, so one of the biggest questions that I get is always about what is better, a closure or a frontal, and I'm kind of biased on it. The reason I'm biased is because of course I am a stylist myself. So although I make closure wigs and frontal wigs, I would always suggest that if you are not ready for the maintenance of a frontal, please do not entertain it at all. Like, you have a hairline, deal with that and just call it a day, because with the frontals there are so much maintenance that goes into this, and that, you know, pretty much that it will shed. So of course, if you go ahead and send me your unit or you send me your frontal to bleach, pluck, customize over time, that frontal is going to start to shed hair. So imagine this being a wig, right? The wigs usually last a lot longer than like if you get it sewn in, or some people are even doing the glue-ins. To me, it's not really worth it, because you're going to end up spending about $300 or more for the install, and it's only going to last you about 2 weeks before you're going to need maintenance again. So to me, it's not something that's going to be very reliable unless you're okay with the maintenance, paying for that, or two, figuring out how to do it yourself when it comes to laying down the unit across, like, you know, your hairline with the gotta be glue, the tape, the actual glue, or whatever you feel comfortable with. From my experience actually wearing the frontal wigs back to back to back to back to back, I even noticed that, like, over time, I guess the combs that were kind of sitting here were starting to put too much tension on my head. The elastic band, I was starting to get the headaches. Like, it was just too much. So I mean, I'm not against them, but at the same time, it's not something that I want you guys to just kind of depend on. So I definitely want to kind of bring you back to the closures and the reason why they work. So like I said, with the frontal wigs, it is a lot of maintenance. You're constantly going to be gluing this down, trying to get the baby hairs together, and once that lace gets dirty, you literally need to take that unit off and wash it. So even with my frontal wigs, I wash them probably maybe about two times in about 2 weeks. So once a week I'll try to wash it, probably even more than that, to be honest, whenever I'm really feeling like, okay, this lace needs to be fresh, and I like for it just to really blend into my skin. So it becomes a lot of work even for me. With the frontals, or with the closures though, like the 4x4 closure, which is exactly what I have now, and to me it just works. It literally just works. I can part this down the middle. Of course, if I wanted to part it on the side, I could, but it's completely pointless. I have this unit on a cap where, of course, it is adjustable, so I can literally tighten this in the back. I have combs on the side, so it's not going anywhere, and the only thing I have to worry about is putting the wig on and going out of the house. I didn't have to style up any baby hair. I literally just put it on and go. I mean, obviously, if you're one of those people that are wanting this to be a little bit more versatile, then you probably want to think about it. But if you're a middle part girl, you just want to throw on something and use it as a protective style, do not forget these closures. So the hair that I received from Nadula was 220 inches, an 18-inch closure, and 222. So I ended up trimming the very end of the hair. It's very, very soft. And if I'm not mistaken, I either got their straight or their body wave. Not exactly sure, but I'll make sure to leave that down below. Ultimately, I straightened it anyway, so yeah. This is pretty much what it looks like. I think I did get body wave because it was very frizzy after washing it, but neither here nor there. Ultimately, you guys will still see me put out a couple of frontal videos, but not as nearly as many as I was using before. I've been hearing a lot of horror stories of girls pretty much just going overboard with the tape and the glue when their edges starting to come out. So that pretty much brings us back to maybe circa 2004, 2008, when Naomi Campbell was really rocking those like full lace wigs, and everybody was clowning her because y'all didn't understand. No, y'all just ain't had enough money to pay for them wigs, so they're so expensive. So now that we're back to that, you know, history repeats itself. Now girls are coming out with those same stories. So guess what's gonna go from those frontals? We kind of backtracked though. So we split the frontal in half. We went from the full lace wig to the frontal to the 360 and then back to the full lace wig, which makes no sense because it's all the same thing. But anywho, some people are loving it, some people are hating it. Either way, you guys are spending a lot of money. So these days, a lot of my videos will be geared towards more protective styling and I guess really saving your buck. So to me, if you're gonna do a frontal, definitely do the frontal wigs. Do not invest in these sew-ins, guys. I'm saying that and a lot of stylists are gonna hate me for that, but I really don't care. It's a waste of money. Like, don't get me wrong, if you ask me, I'm gonna explain all this to you as my like client or customer, but I mean, ultimately, if you decide to still give me that, that's up to you. I'm letting you know that this is going to be something that's a lot of maintenance and a lot of work. And it sheds. So you spend $100 on the frontal and you're sad that it's bald in a month. I don't know what to tell you. I'm definitely planning on keeping this wig. Like I said, I'm a really big fan of the closure wigs because they get you straight to the point. Do what you gotta do. You put it on, you go. You don't have to worry about baby hair or anything like that. So I'm gonna keep this one for a while because I am planning on actually bleaching it a little bit more. So I want to do more highlights up in here. It's gonna end up being really blonde after a while, but I kind of wanted to see what it would do right away. I didn't use any toner or anything like that, so it does have those kind of reddish brown highlights in it, which is fine. No biggie there. But the hair is really soft. I did not experience any like tangling with the hair, which was actually really good because, as you know, when you start to bleach the hair, the texture completely can change sometimes, and it's fine. Like, my fingers are running through it just fine. It's pretty soft. I mean, I feel like I've had softer or more soft hair. Is it softer or more soft? I don't know. I've had hair that's been a little bit more soft, but to me, this is just fine. It's not anything that's like, eh. That's not even a good description, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, the hair is fine. The luster is fine. I did get some shedding, of course, but that could have just been because when I made the wig, of course, I flipped over the, I always say of course, but anyway, I flipped the tracks back and forth, and then I kind of cut it in some places. So it could be according to that. So I'll give it about another week just to really see what this looks like. So I'll definitely be back to give you an update after I do a little bit more of, like I said, a bleach and process and all that. Probably will be wearing this with some wand curls, but yeah, I mean, that's just a really quick overview of frontals or closures. I could go a little bit more in detail, but if you want me to, let me know, because I want to actually be able to show you what happens with frontals after a while. Like, maybe I need to wear one for like a week and literally document every single day of that versus a closure, just to really give you guys a full experience of, this is why I choose frontals and this is why I choose closures. So Nadula Hair, you guys did a great job. I love your closures. They always lay really flat, never too thick. This is a free part frontal, or not frontal, closure 4x4. Like I said, it's really wide, completely unnecessary, to be honest. If I can get one that's about this small, I'm good, because I'm not going to be parting it all the way across anyway. I was able to go ahead and fit all 4 bundles into my head just because, like I said, I was doubling those wefts. But yeah, you guys did a really good job. The hair definitely maintained its composure through all the stress that I kind of put it through. And as you know, I washed and conditioned with the Aussie Moist. But yeah, other than that, I feel like it's definitely something that I'm going to come back to. It'll be my little go-to wig for now, because I'm just over the frontals these days. I'm wanting to do more weaves and wigs, or weaves that pretty much have leave out, and just, I know it's the summertime, so y'all are probably like, Christy, what? But that's just how I'm feeling. I'm just kind of over the whole frontal thing right now. That's how I feel today. I may change my mind in about a month, but today I'm either put it on and go or don't put it on at all. Okay? Anyway, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe. Comment below anything that you may want to add or have to say. I love you so much. Stay pretty, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.